Hello, folks. Not sure what happened there, but the intro decided to just be jumpy. Anyway, but good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel. And away from all the transfer talk and all the transfer silly season nonsense, I've decided to bring a special podcast tonight. Tonight, we are going to pick collectively our worst Liverpool 11 ever. And guys in the chat, please get involved, because this is one to have a lot of fun. There will be a lot of debate, I can tell you that for a start. But joining on my esteemed panel this evening, we have Mr. Connor Niblett from the Cop Council. How are you, Connor?
I'm doing very well at the moment. We're about to enter depression. Going all through these players. But apart from that, I'm very good. Thank you, mate.
It's a pleasure to have you on. And it's also a pleasure to have Mr. Luke Burns on from the 1892 Reds podcast. How are you, Luke?
I'm all good, mate. You cheating bastard. I'm all good. I'm all good, mate. Thanks for letting me come on. And I am looking forward to this. This is something that I've been researching all night last night and today. So looking forward to having a few arguments with the guys. So
I must say I'm looking very much forward to it as well. We've got the lovely Jamie Phillips as well from Jamie Phillips Football Chats. How are you, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing good now. The Wi-Fi is behaving itself. Everything's good. I've threatened its life, so it's on its best behaviour.
Yeah, definitely. And we've also got the lovely Jack Mack LFC. How are you, Jack?
Not too bad, mate. Thank you for having me on. Nice sunny weather in Liverpool. I'm probably same around the world anyway, so happy days, mate. Got to enjoy a bit of sunshine, especially with my pale complexion. Me and Andy Robbo, the Scottish blood in me anyway. But thank you very much for having me on, mate.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. And I know he will be with us for a short time, but it's absolutely a privilege to have Mr. Steven Stubbs from the Statman Stubbs Football Channel on with us tonight. How are you, Steve?
I'm good. Thank you very much for having me on, mate. I'm looking forward to this one. I can just say the team that I'm looking at the minute now, which I've put in my worst 11, I'm sure a lot of people are going to agree. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to this one. But no, thanks for having me on, mate. Really do appreciate it.
No, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Guys, please get involved in the chat. Also, like, share, and subscribe. Do what you can to support the channel. I have seen your question, Helen. At the moment, I'm not looking to do memberships at the moment, but it might be something further down the line. I'm not doing anything for that at the moment. So just obviously let people know. But if you want to leave a super chat, then please feel free to do so. Every super chat that goes my way will definitely be going towards the channel. Try and get more equipment, obviously. But obviously not just now, considering that I have a big day up ahead in 10 days' time.
Yes.
So, yeah. But good evening, Helen. Good evening, Elevator and Escalator fan. Someone asking about Argentina-Portugal World Cup final. Impossible. I will say that now. It's absolutely impossible that that's going to happen. I think if FIFA were to fix that, I don't see that one happening. Anyway, but Stephen Owens, hello. Hope you won't be late on the big day. I'm not going to be late. It'll probably be more Rebecca. That's on, actually, she's out, so I can actually see that.
Right, so it should be handed so quick, yeah.
You have
to check his camera then.
Taxi. John Muir, pick up, guys. Hope you're all well, you cheating bastards. Yeah, John, you cheating bastard. I'm good, mate. Hope you're good. Hello, Yusuf, Ricky Lambert, striker. Wait and see. Garage Football, we've just been on there. Garage Football.
Nice
Thank you
one,
very
Bill.
much to Bill West for having us. Really did enjoy that. Liz Golden, 10 days to go.
Game's
10 days.
millionaire.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely amazing.
10 more days of freedom, Doug.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
Yeah, Course is saying. Yeah, Course is saying Anthony Latala. Well, we will get there anyway. Good evening to John Conway. But as it is the worst Liverpool 11, we will obviously start with the goalkeeper. So I've left mine blank for the time being, because obviously when we do pick it, collectively, we will obviously pick the goalkeeper. So Connor, who is the worst goalkeeper you have seen for Liverpool FC?
Jesus Christ, depression mode already. There's been, I was looking all day. at Liverpool goalkeepers. We had phenomenal goalkeepers. I've looked at the likes of Adam Bogdan, for example, Brad Friedel as well. I even looked at just going through the list of goalkeepers. But for me, it would be Charles Atanji. Is that how you say his name? Yeah. For me, he's just an idiot. And yeah, we all know the reasons for it. And yeah, for me, he would be my worst Liverpool goalkeeper ever.
Charles Atonji. Yeah, the one thing I remember about him, wasn't he the one that actually laughed through the Hillsborough service?
Fucking
Yeah.
knob. Yeah, pardon my
Trick.
French. Yeah.
Trick. Luke, do you have Charles Atonji or do you have somebody else?
He was on the list, Charles Atonji. That is one of the worst goalkeepers I've ever seen. And I was just thinking that, Doug, as well, as you said, like he was the goalkeeper who laughed during the Hillsborough service, which is disgusting. But I'm going to go with that meerkat, Adam Bogdan. I think he is just an absolute shocking goalkeeper. He's like, I can't believe how he went from Bolton to Liverpool. It's literally like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Like he just found the golden ticket and it was just like, come and play for Liverpool. I mean, I'll always remember the game against Watford where he played and Odin Igalo scored 2 goals. And the way he died for the second goal and the first goal even as well, coming out for that corner. I mean, it was. I mean, I'd rather have like Harry the Hornet in goal that day. I mean, that was just how bad it was. He was just an absolute disgrace. And I mean, to see Jurgen Klopp was actually manager that day as well. Could you imagine Jurgen Klopp sitting there overnight thinking, right, I've got to pick Adam Bogdan today? Like that just, I mean, I feel for him. But great shout, Connor. But no, Adam Bogdan for me.
I have to say, the one thing that reminds me of Adam Bogdan was when we played Exeter City in the FA Cup, and he conceded straight from a corner. Absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. Jamie, who have you got for your worst keeper?
I've got 3. I need to narrow it down. So I've got. This might be my age, but I got Mike Hooper.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there you go. This is my age. I've got Mike Hooper, Peggy Apexid, and Peggy was. And this one might be controversial. I just thought he was dog turd. David James.
Oh,
David James was absolute dog turd, and we all know it. We all know it. The man couldn't catch COVID, let alone a ball. The man can't catch nothing. The man is literally incapable of anything intelligent. I can't stand David James. I think he had a career where he shouldn't have had a career. And I don't know how he was England #1. James was a calamity. He had the nickname Calamity James for a reason.
Yeah.
I just think at the top end of football, where he was playing and making a career, we got the people we've said that barely played a game. But when you look at someone like David James, who played a lot of games for Liverpool and in his career, I just think he was absolutely terrible. And that's why I'm going to pick David James.
David James. Ooh, interesting. Very, very interesting. Jack, who have you got for the worst goalkeeper?
To have a Peggy, but judging from the documentaries I've watched over the years, obviously he signed from, was it Leicester? And then we sold him to Coventry. He was an absolute shambles. He only played 2 times for Liverpool. And I probably don't know if it's a bit too harsh, but I've gone with Karius just for that night in the Champions League final. It probably is a bit too harsh, but it's the fact of the magnitude and the level of the game. I don't think I've ever seen a goalkeeper, like my age, 27, capitulate since that night.
How old are you, Jack?
50 by the end of this podcast. But yeah, go ahead. No, I'll go with Jay. I'd agree with Jay's bigger goal. Peggy. Just, yeah. And judge, I think it was, yeah, I go just because he's called Peggy, but judging from all accounts of what I've watched and everything, and the quotes I've seen from everyone, yeah, go Peggy.
Peggy, right? Okay, interesting. And Steve?
Yeah, goalkeepers. There's a few to go through, to be honest. I did have Adam Bogdan, and both Peggy in as well, but not to mention Donny. And we're not also forgetting Paul Jones, who came in on loan, didn't he, when we had a keeper crisis? I think he played a couple of games as well. But yeah, I mean that there was just a few to name, but. Yeah, I'd narrowed it down to two, and my two were Adam Bogdan and Peggy Orfexad. So I'll go with Bogdan because you should never, when you're a goalkeeper, you should never concede from a corner, straight from a corner anyway. So my one for worst goalkeeper would be Adam Bogdan for me.
Can I just
Adam
add?
Bogdan.
Can I just add? We say about goalkeepers conceding from corners. We won't remember Alisson conceding from a corner.
Yeah, that was a foul.
Yeah.
That, so
yeah. We won't mention that. Funnily enough, my goalkeeper would be Donny. Does anyone remember? I think was it Blackburn's debut? He conceded a really stupid first goal, and then he got a red card. Oh, honestly, how to announce yourself in a Premier League match is to get sent off, make a mistake. He was awful. So for me, it is Donny. But let's see what some of you are saying, because obviously the chat is definitely the ones to obviously decide. We have had a few for obviously Bogdan. Obviously, there has been David James as well. Peggy Arpix had as well. Charles Atonji as well. Let's see what some of you are saying for the goalkeeper. Oh yes, I must say this as well. I don't know if anybody has known this or not, but rest in peace, Rachel Ellis, one of the probably best known Liverpool supporters who travelled home and away with the women's team. So very, very sad news to hear about that. So obviously rest in peace, Rachel, and hope you are there we go. So course is saying Donny. We've got Karius, Gareth Fibble saying Atonji was a disgrace for doing that. Yes, definitely. Adrian says Elevator fan.
No.
He won us a
No,
Super Cup.
I don't think so. Calamity James as well. Helen, thank you very much for the super chat. Great channel. Looking forward to your seasonal podcast watch alongs through 2022-2023. Thank you very much for the super chat. Very, very kind of you for doing that. David James, bit harsh, being mentioned in the same room as Bogdan. Yeah, that is very true. That is very, very true as well. Gareth Fribble saying David James was good for us at West Ham, but every time I watched the Premier League years, he kept dropping the ball while at Liverpool. Sebastian says Bogdan. And I think that is it for the goalkeepers. So by the looks of the chat,
it's quite spread, isn't it?
It's a draw. It's a draw between Bogdan and David James.
Yeah, it's got to be James.
So
Bogdan, James. I mean,
so look, Bogdan or James?
I get Jamie's point. Calamity James, we've all watched him, and there was a reason why he was England #1, because all the England goalkeepers were shit. But for me, he played 3 games or 300 games. Like, Bogdan was terrible. He played for Bolton in League One. How can you be playing for Liverpool and then do that? Nah, for me, the worst goalkeeper I've ever seen in a Liverpool shirt was Bogdan.
Jamie, you're going to stick with David James.
Yeah.
Yep.
I understand. Look, Bogdan was. Look, I'm better than Bogdan. Jack's better than Bogdan. Everyone's better than Bogdan. But the reason I say Jack, the reason I'm going David James, is because at his time at Liverpool, he was just toilet, and he played all the time because we had no one else. Bruce Grobler was in for match fixing, so we had we had David James, no one else, and he got the nickname Calamity Jane at one of the biggest clubs in England at the time. I just find that disgraceful. Yeah. That is probably why I've put him in there, but I can understand the Bogdan thing because, anyone that ginger deserves to be that bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Jack, Bogdan or James?
Come on, Jack.
Might not get me carriers. We will. Yeah, I go with Bogdan.
I like the fact
Bogdan.
that David James in there and everyone is actually having to think about it.
Yeah. Steve?
Yeah, I mean, as bad as James was, Bogdan was.
Yeah,
He really was. So I'm sticking with my original decision, and Bogdan.
I did forget one as well.
Connor, we basically decided it's between Bogdan and David James. Who would you go with?
Oh, I'd go David James.
Whoa!
Wow.
I'm kidding. It's Bogdan. Of course, it's Bogdan.
Bogdan, yeah. Right.
Like, what Watford brings back like PTSD memories. Like, of course, it's probably Adam Bogdan.
He was awful. Absolutely. Why you basically concede from a corner against Exeter City kind of just says it all, really.
Where's he playing now? Does
So,
anyone know?
Dartford.
Bogdan.
Dartford.
No, that's just
Wasn't he at Hearts for like
Hungarian
2
league, isn't he?
seasons?
Hibs.
Is he seriously still at Hibs?
God.
How's a Scottish league team putting money into his wages?
Actually, he's now playing for a Hungarian club called Ferencváros.
Oh, them, yeah. They're not in the
All
Champions
right.
League then as well.
I'm a season ticket holder to them as well.
So there we go. We have picked our worst goalkeeper, and it is Adam Bogdan. Absolute shite. He certainly was as well. But yeah, definitely. Thank God Bogdan never got a game for AIK. Trained with us for a while. Thank God he left. Shit goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Bogdan 100%. Gotta be Bogdan, terrible keeper. Yeah, he was shockingly bad. Right, we'll go on to right back now. I'm gonna throw one straight out of the bat. Philip Degan, absolute shocking signing. Absolutely shocking player. Remember at Fulham, I think he and I can't remember who it was. Jamie Carragher, I think both got sent off. Honestly, just defensively, I didn't know if he could defend. And attacking didn't really show much for me. So for me, it's Philip Degan for right back. Connor?
Now, off camera, I think left backs could play at right back.
Yeah, chat as well. That's a real. You can play 2 left backs. So.
Now, I was having like a look at just full backs in general, because I think left back is going to be so one-sided. I had the between Philip Degan and Ali Sissoko. Like, he was gobshite for Liverpool. Oh, Jesus Christ. That 13-14 season was good in some ways, but then in other ways it was terrible. But yeah, for me, Philip Degan, I think, him and Cara was hilarious at far. But yeah, he would be my choice for right back. But if we're doing left backs as well, yeah, Sissoko's close.
Okay. Luke, that's 2 for Degan. Have you got anybody else for right back?
There's only one player. I mean, Philip Degan for me, I wrote down Philip Degan. He was terrible. But the only other shout, I remember 2006, it was probably the worst signing we've ever done after we'd won a Champions League, and that was Jan Kromkamp. And he was absolutely shit. He was. I remember when we signed him, they were trying to say he was like the next Bergkamp. I was like, no, like this. Hopefully, this guy is supposed to be really good. But he was awful. Absolute. It was ball control, everything, decision making. I mean, for a right back, and he was trying to play in goal at times. Like, he was absolutely shit. But I mean, I'm going to go with you guys. Obviously, Philip Degan obviously looks like he's going to win it, but Jan Kromkamp has to have a mention.
Okay, Jamie.
Oh, it's me showing my age again. Steve Harkness.
Oh God, that's very early 90s, that, isn't it?
That's very early.
Oh, I'm an old bastard. But this is Steve Harkness looked 50 at 20. For that alone, he should be in the worst players. The man was terrible. Harkness was absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. He's bog standard English footballer. He's not a better footballer technically than Degan. Degan was a better footballer than Steve Hartness. Hossamy as well. You know, he left Liverpool because of the weather. Did he not do geography at school? Jesus Christ. There's no oranges growing on trees in Liverpool, my friend. So go back to Seville. You know what I mean? Do geography.
There's a my garden, lad, with me, man.
Hossamy. Yeah, there's quite a few. Hartness, Degan, Kronkamp. Oh, there's just so much shit. Thank God for Trent. I'm going to go Hartness. I just think Hartness was absolutely awful. And as I said, go and Google Hartness, guys. He looked 50 or 20. For that alone, I'm going to put him in because the man was terrible. And I think Degan was a better footballer than Steve Hartness. So I'm going to stick Hartness.
Interesting. Jack, who's your worst right back?
Manquillo's got to be up there, Christ almighty. How he played for Atletico Madrid, then went on loan at Liverpool, and then somehow is he at Newcastle now? I don't even know. He's
he was
like that
as well.
Still is at Newcastle, yeah.
He was at Sunderland as well.
He's had quite a decent career, to be fair.
I suppose if he went backwards in his career, it would look good, wouldn't it? He must have the same agent as that fella that played for there. Was it Bayern and PSG? Chimpongo or something, the striker. But yeah, I've gone with playing Ali Sissoko right back, just for the sake of getting him in the team. Because Christ almighty, how Suarez dragged that team to an inch of nearly winning the league with Ali Sissoko left back, I do not know. He deserves an extra Premier League medal just for that in itself. But yeah, I'm going to play Ali Sissoko right back just to get him in the team because he was an absolute shambles. Johnson, he was good going forwards, but man couldn't even talking about strength defending. Johnson's defensive work, Christ almighty. Twitter space would be having an absolute nightmare when he was playing for us. But yeah, I'd go with Ali Sissoko. I know I'm cheating and bending the rules, but we need to get him in because he was an absolute shambles.
I thought just remember about Xavier.
Oh Christ! Yeah.
Absolute legend.
I remember when he made the move from across Stanley Park to Liverpool. Jesus Christ!
On his debut, he played against Everton and scored, didn't he?
No,
yeah, I think it was Ipswich.
Ipswich he scored,
6-0 or something.
Yeah, yeah. Steve, most of the panel in here have said Philip Degan, but what would you go with?
Yeah, I mean, I had two right backs. I had Philip Degan as one of them, and Abel Xavier was the other. Both shockingly as each other, really, aren't they? But I'll go with the rest of what obviously the panel have said. Even though Abel Xavier had a shite haircut, not that I've got any hair anyway to say, but
a shite haircut.
Yeah,
your hair is still better than his.
Yeah, true. But I'll go with Philip Degan just because I would say he's the best of the bunch, but that's being nice to him, to be honest. He was atrocious. You could put me at right back, even though I'm not a right back, and I could do a better job than him. So, yeah. He was
shocking, wasn't it? Actually, it's two P's for Philip, isn't it? Because he's obviously Swiss, but
yes,
yeah, not the best thing to come out of Switzerland anyway.
No.
So there we go. Our right back has been announced, and it is Philip Degan. So well done, Philip Degan. One of Benitez's signings, dearie me. I still don't know how we.
Can't wait for this.
Managed to get him.
It's gonna be so good.
Yeah, right. I'm going to hands up. Who has got for left back Paul Konchesky?
Jamie, no way.
Have you seen the quotes Cheeky Mark come out with?
Yeah,
I know for that. Yeah,
I
was going to say Julian Dix, but yeah, I mean,
good shout. To be fair,
I mean they're both. Julian Dix was. I think everyone forgets Julian Dix played for Liverpool, and he was awful. he was as bad as Konchesky, but Konchesky's more recent, and I'm an old bastard. I only remember. But, yeah, I can understand if you want to put Konchesky in there, and he should probably go in. But Julian Dix, he would drive him really close.
I think the only other player I can think of was an absolute calamity, but it's got a Champions League winners medal, was Jimmy Traore.
Jimmy Traore.
That goal against Burnley was
Burnley
just
in the FA
incredible.
Respect Jimmy Traore, boys. Respect Jimmy.
I'll always remember that yellow shirt that we had and that term from Jimmy Traore.
Oh,
Whenever you see that
Fucking
shirt,
hell, yeah.
I
It's in the
always
FA Cup,
remember
wasn't it?
that top.
What about Jack Robinson?
Yeah, another one.
John
Yeah,
Oxon
Jack Robinson.
as well.
But I actually have another one. Dan, Turf Moorhouse TV, Jimmy Traore, what a legend. Yeah, I know, because he scored a bloody own goal against Jolo.
Probably scored more goals.
But what I will
than
say, if he hadn't scored against Real Madrid and Manchester United, Andrea Docena would definitely be up there.
Yeah.
And Andrea De Sena, atop of all that, he went to Leighton Orient and was earning 20 grand a week.
Jesus.
What an
What?
absolute
Wow.
legend. He played about
Wow.
4 games in League One.
Yeah, I think everybody in the chat has actually gone for Paul Konchesky. So
Shocked.
yeah,
No, if you notice, I'm the oldest here, and I'm coming up with the ones that no one agrees with.
To be
Heard of
fair,
Julian
Julian
Dix,
Dix
though.
I thought was a
Good
decent shout, to be fair.
Julian Dix is a very, very good show, but there's no competition.
I'm just surprised nobody.
Roy
Roy
Hodgson-
as well there, boys, as well. He's shite.
No, I'm surprised no one went with Insua. I'm surprised nobody went with him.
Oh,
He
and
scored
so
against Arsenal in the League
shockingly
Cup.
bad.
He had one good goal against Arsenal, and that was it.
Was Sebastian Leto a left mid or left back?
Goodness knows.
Left
he wasn't.
mid.
Left mid. Yeah, because no Rafa signed him, didn't he? And then he just disappeared.
John Flanagan.
John
Hey,
Flanagan.
respect Flano for that goal against Spurs.
Yeah.
I don't think we should mention Flanagan for what he did personally.
Oh yeah.
No, definitely not. Yeah, but yeah. Hello to Almighty Blues FC. Hope you're good, my friend. Ankit in the chat.
Yeah.
So hope you're good. India is the one I called it, mate. Yeah, that is very, very. Alberto Moreno was average. Aurelio was, but Aurelio.
Aurelio was quality.
Fabio
Aurelio was
Aurelio was
amazing.
quality. He was quality.
He was quality. He was quality.
Moreno's
So
best moment as a Liverpool shirt was
Insua is a shout. Insua, Julian Dix, and Konchesky. Yeah, they're the three. I would say.
I think I see someone put in Alberto Moreno. The best moment for Alberto Moreno was when he won the Europa League against Man United. And get out, Man United! Get out,
Man United! Get out! Get out!
The thing with Moreno, though, he was obviously a good footballer. Though. That was the thing. He was actually a good footballer. He couldn't defend.
That goal against Spurs when he ran about 50 yards, we all felt wow, we got a player here.
Remake a whistle, weren't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Centre backs now. Hello to Henry MCG, which I think is Jersey boy. Hope you're good, my friend. Good to see you in here as well. Right, we'll go with the centre backs now. I'm going to throw out one off the bat straight away. Sotos Kyriakos.
Yeah.
Absolute bomb scare of a defender. My highlight of him was when he got sent off in the Merseyside derby, and no joke of anything of this. I actually applauded it because he is such a bomb scare of a defender. Was only bought because of his exploits at Rangers. Look, he was a good defender at Rangers, but that's the Scottish League. This is the Premier League, and he just looked horrendously bad. So one of my options is Sotos Kyriakos. And no, I'm not going to spell that because it is a horrible, horrible spelling. So I might just call him Sotos anyway. Connor, who have you got for your... Well, first off, who have you got for one of your centre-backs?
Exactly the same as you, Kyriakos. Was it QPR, that bicycle goal? And that's
No, it was Coates, wasn't it?
Was it Coates?
Yeah.
But I thought he did that again. Shite. But yeah, it's just terrible. And yeah, for me, 100% deserved to get in this team. But there's probably a whole list that I haven't even thought of. But yeah, for sure, he gets in there for me.
Oh man.
Okay, Luke.
I mean, obviously I've got the 2, but I'll say 1. But I was torn with 3 in this position because 1 is just a complete yes, which I'll mention after. But Kyriakos was a good mention. I was like Rigobert's song. I didn't really think he was great either. But the one I've gone for, he played 8 games, and I'll always remember that League Cup game against Arsenal where Baptista absolutely ruined him, and that's Gabriel Paletta. He was absolute dog
He
shite.
did in the Euro 2021 final against England as well, didn't he?
No, he was
Unbelievable.
He was dog poo, literally. At Liverpool. That one
Dog
game.
poo.
It was one game I saw him against Arsenal. I was like, are you seriously seeing this? Like, Arsenal put out a reserve side with Ali Adier and Baptista, and the guy scores 4. I mean, all right, we had Jersey Dudek in goal. I mean, but
yeah,
mate, Gabriel Paletta.
Yeah. Steve, I know you're a little bit short on time, but what defender have you got?
I had obviously 2 of them, and you've mentioned. Well, I've mentioned one of them, and you guys have mentioned the other. But yeah, Kyriakos was one of mine. Yeah, he was one that I mentioned. But yeah, I don't know if you want me to go through my team just before I go, or it's up to you.
Yeah, feel free, mate. Feel free.
Okay, so my 2 centre backs were Sebastian Coates and Kyriakos. Obviously, I had left back Paul Konchesky, which we've already gone through. 2 centre midfielders, Aquilani and Christian Poulsen. Right midfield, Lazar Markovic. Left midfield, Milan Jovanovic. And then I've got the spitting cobra himself, El Hadji Diouf. Can't not mention him. Mario Balotelli and Ricky Lambert. There's mine.
Christ, wow.
I'll leave that with you
Well,
guys.
Steve,
anyway.
thank you very much for coming on, and we'll speak to you very soon, mate.
Definitely. Thanks for having us on, and enjoy the rest of the show. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to Doug. He's only, what year away from now? 25?
24, I think. 24.
Hopefully you'll get there, mate. But yeah, go and check him out anyway. Yeah, but thank you for having me on, Doug. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your show, and evening everyone in the chat as well.
Yeah, absolutely. See you
guys.
soon.
Yeah, that's Steve.
See you later.
See ya.
You cheating bastard.
See you later. Right, Jack, who's one of your centre backs?
Kyriakos, 100%. Remember Saturday as a kid, my man got turned by Benjani. Like like I can remember Saturday with my dad. It was about 5, 6, 7, whatever it was. I remember going, what? Kyriakos had the turning circle of a double-decker bus going down Stanley Road, mate. Like, it was he couldn't move. And the fact that Benjani, was he at Portsmouth at the time? I think he was at the time, or wherever he was. But yeah, just for the sake of getting turned by Benjani, and I think we lost that game as well. So yeah, Kyriakos for me, 100%, straight in there.
Well, I think Kyriakos is definitely going to go in. But Jamie, do you have any alternative to?
We have far more centre-back issues than Kyriakos. Kyriakos weren't that bad. Torben Picnic. Right, there we go. Torben Picnic was dog. And I was there. I was 12 years old when we bought him in 1992. Jesus Christ. The man was terrible. He came 500 grand from FC Copenhagen. Absolute terrible defender. Torben Picnic. We got more as well. I mean, when Ivan Kozma. Jesus Christ. Kavama. You know, guys, let's go back. If you look at Kyriakos, he's far better than all these defenders. Kozma, terrible. Torben Picnic, terrible. Kavama, terrible. Danny Wilson, terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Kyriakos is better than all of them centre backs.
If I could go back to 1905, yeah, I could. But
this is a Premier League era, ain't it? 1992 onwards. So, yeah, I'm going to go Torben Picnic. He was completely utter dog poo. Absolutely terrible.
Okay, so that is 4 for Kyriakos, 1 for Picnic. So, let's see. Apparently, I've been called a stud. Thank you. I don't actually know why. Clatters from Elevator and Escalator fan. Lovren from Liz Golden.
I was going to say, we're not mentioning Lovren for that great world-class, the legendary centre half.
Kabak from Almighty Blues FC. Yeah, Kabak wasn't great. Kabak wasn't great. Sebastian Quates, Kyriakos. Yeah, I think we've agreed on one of them. So one of the centre backs is Sotos Kyriakos.
Oh my God.
So Tyrios.
There's far worse centre backs that played in the Premier League than Kyriakos.
You wait till you see the next one.
Sotos Kyriakos. Right. Connor, who's your second choice for centre back?
Ben Davies. No.
All day long.
Like emergency signing, like it's the worst signing ever. He was literally a model for about 12 hours in Anfield.
I don't even think Klopp allowed him to train, did he?
No,
he was that shit.
He had one game, I think, against was it Leipzig?
Pre-season friendly or something?
Yeah,
he
played
pre-season
like
friendly.
Minutes. And that's all he's played. But yeah, Ben Davies for me.
Luke.
I think the ladies in the kitchen have had more appearances than Ben Davies. Like Ben Davies has to go into there. What a way! I mean, and I even watched him play. Like he was awful anyway before he went to Liverpool. But emergency signings, as Connor said. But I mean, it's like I don't know. Like, do you know when you go on the tour like at Liverpool, but he got like more exclusive access that he was allowed to go on the pitch, and like he probably paid a bit more money to like have it announced on Twitter and all that. I mean, that was Ben Davies. That's his highlight, like, and he has
probably
to go
got like a fan access like us, isn't he? If we ever got the chance to play for Liverpool for a week.
Yeah, no, Ben Davies for me.
So Ben Davies. Oh, interesting. Jack, any advance on Ben Davies?
I want to say Lovren, but it wasn't the worst one we've ever had. But yeah, go Quarters. Yeah. I don't know. I've watched highlights of him in the Portuguese league this season, or since he's turned there. Mate, I think my dad's quicker at centre half than him. But yeah, Quarters.
Jamie?
Oh, Jesus Christ. So I was going to say Michael Fox. And then everyone's like, who? And then see, I think Cosma was absolute dog crap.
Cosma.
Ivan Cosma. But it's very hard. With the Ben Davies, I feel bad for Ben Davies because he never literally played a game, did he? He needed to train. So that's why I'm not going to really mention Ben Davies because he didn't. I'm going to go Ivan Cosma. He's definitely got Ivan Cosma. And if we're doing the worst centre-back pairings that ever played for Liverpool Football Club in the Premier League, Torben Picnic and Ivan Cosma, guys. That's it. Torben Picnic and Ivan Cosma. Don't know how I'm wrong.
Shout out to Beyond Kavami. Is that how you pronounce it?
Kavami, yeah.
I think he was bought from the military, weren't he, if I remember rightly? And then literally had to go back to the military to complete his duties.
See, Jamie, I know what you're talking about, mate. Don't worry, I know these players.
I had Stephen Cocker as my second choice.
Wow,
that's a show.
Yeah,
he was instrumental though to the goal that Lallana scored, though.
The long ball.
What else did he do?
If he wasn't a centre back, he was a false striker.
Yeah, so lots of choice to say Ben Davies, which a lot of you are saying Quates in the chat, actually. A lot of you are saying Quates.
Can we say
I might change for Quates just because he played for Liverpool.
Yeah.
But obviously Davies.
Thiago Lordy, maybe.
Thiago.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no.
Remember he got like shocking. He got like the quickest player in Spawn's Academy or whatever. Like, because he was
the one name we haven't mentioned across like the whole defense, Andre Wisdom. Never mentioned at all, neither.
He was a right
Absolute
back,
shout.
wasn't he?
He was a right back, but he was.
He was a right back, but crikey.
I tell you what, now, there's been
Funnily
worse
enough,
players than that,
Keane's actually got wisdom in his team. Is everyone saying Coates? There's loads of Coates. There's loads of Ben Davis. So
I just think Coates and Kyrgiakos are better than Torben Picnic and Ivan Kozma. I just do. It's mad.
although Ankit's saying he was still better than our Giliboji, mate. Yeah, he was dog shit. He was dog crap. I don't remember half of these books. So Coates or Ben Davis? Connor?
Just because he played, go Coates.
Coates. Luke?
Yeah, I'll go with Connor. I'm same sort of opinion.
Jack?
Coates before
Jamie looks like he's having a
He's in a meltdown.
And Jamie's going to go for Cosma or Picnic.
I'll put Cosper in the team just for Jamie. Come on.
We're the worst Liverpool Premier League players, and we're picking players that are better and ones that are not. But go on and go your lot.
Coates,
Now,
Sebastian
hang on,
Coates.
I reckon we get Jay's nomination in, because especially Jay, obviously with that.
I think it's an age.
Right.
thing. I'm just
Okay.
that-
Okay. Well, we
Yeah.
put. What's his first? Ivan Cosma.
Yeah, he come from Dunfermline for 300 grand in 90.
Yeah, go Cosma then.
I think because
Dunfermline.
I
Oh
think
my
because
God.
I think because Jamie knows the fee and everything in the
Yeah.
club, he deserves to go in there. To be honest.
Because we've had
Right.
like,
So
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
so far our team is Adam Bogdan, Philip Degan, Sotirios Kyrgiakos, Ivan Cosma,
See how better
and
it
Paul
sounds?
Konchesky.
See how better it sounds? There you go. No, that's it.
Right. If anybody has a centre midfielder that isn't Christian Poulsen, put your hand up.
Oh wait.
He's got
Connor,
to
get
go in
out. Kick him
there.
out now.
Sorry, Christian Poulsen has to go in there. You've got to have Hodgson
Yeah,
silence
no,
in
of
there.
course he does.
Who's a DM?
How shite was
Yeah,
Christian?
you
I
got
mean,
that.
Do you remember when we signed him from Juve? Everyone was saying, "Oh yeah, this is the guy who's going to be very, very good in the midfield."
It was good when he was 21, not when we got him. Not when we
Mhm.
got him. 30 when we got him, I think, wasn't he? Absolute trash. But,
Yeah. So Christian Poulsen, ladies and gents, yeah.
Poulsen DM all day.
DM as well.
Oh, he was shocking. Absolutely.
I generally think
shocking.
I generally think he played because he had Hodgson's nudes, probably. To be honest with you.
What
Yeah.
position was Shea Luke?
Rich, who's in so far? Right. So for goalkeeper, we've got Adam Bogdan. For right back, we've got Philip Degan. Centre back, Sotirios Kyrgiakos and Ivan Cosma. And left back, Paul Konchesky. And we're just about to basically put in the worst DM I think I've ever seen in my lifetime is Christian Poulsen.
Cheeky
And as
Jay's
Liz
beard
says,
and that.
hit that dang like button, folks. Thank you. So we have Christian Poulsen. So who's alongside him, Connor?
The man that Rafa thought was Gareth Barry, Alberto Aquilani. What an absolute shite signing! Like the guy to replace Xavi Alonso. Like, oh my god! Like I was so heartbroken as a kid when Xavi left, and then Rafa had this great idea of Gareth Barry coming in, and then he went, "No, I want to go Man City instead, just for the money." So
It was the Italian navigator, always injured, didn't he?
I forgot to shut up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Luke?
Aquilani, me.
Hey, Aquilani, I remember his debut away at Arsenal in the League Cup. I was there, and I remember I was saying to my brother at the time, I was sitting there, I was like, this kid's going to be something good. He really is going to be something good, and I can't believe like what is it, like 15 years later, we're talking about him being in the worst Liverpool 11. Yeah, Alberto Aquilani, I was absolutely devastated. But special mention, I just see Alan C just putting his like Cop on podcast.
Yeah, this is a shout, by the way. This
Igor
is a shout.
Igor Biscuit, I used to call him. He was shocking. But I haven't put him in my 11, but I'm going to go with Aquilani.
Aquilani, Jack.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jamie.
That's a
Sorry,
stop.
Jamie.
It's going to be interesting how people do select these because obviously we'll mention a certain striker a bit later. But with Aquilani, we've got to take into account how much money we spent on these players as well and how poor they were. For me, I've put. Are we doing 2 DMs and then a cam? Because are we going 4-3-3?
Yes, I think we're going 4-3-3. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've gone with Poulsen, and then I've gone with Joe Cole in midfield. Joe Cole for the fact of the reputation. Obviously, but Joe Cole with. Why did
I was at his first
would you class
game.
Would you class him as a midfielder, Charles? I don't know if that's breaking the rules, but for me, I've got him as midfield.
I have to say something on Joe Cole, right? So I managed to get tickets for the first game of the season, 2010-2011. Liverpool Arsenal won. I think it was a 1-1 draw because David Ngog scored, and then Pepe Reina decides to fumble the ball into his net. How many touches did Joe Cole have? I think it was 2. Passed the ball once for the kickoff, and then he got sent off right in front of Martin Atkinson. Yeah, for me, Joe Cole is an absolute shout.
And I've mentioned Nuri Sahin as well, just for the reputation he come with and how poor he was.
Sahin.
Oh, no,
I know,
and it was quality. It was pretty good. What to do with it. That was the problem.
Yeah, just for how bad he was at Liverpool, Nuri Sahin.
I'll give you one. Bruno Shearer.
Oh yeah, we always get the shit brother though, don't we? Like Benoit Shearer was obviously the better footballer. We always get the shit brother. Yeah, Bruno Shearer definitely. But
I've got Shearer.
I've got the one.
Yeah, Jamie, who's your midfield?
Paul Stewart.
Paul Stewart.
It's done. Right, I've finished. Paul Stewart. If he ain't in this 11, I'm going to go jump out of that window in front of me right now. Paul Stewart was absolute tosh. He could play midfield or up top, but for Liverpool, he played in midfield. And he was so bad, Steve McMahon almost killed him in the changing room. He was absolute terrible.
Was he Kev Stewart's dad or something?
We got him from Spurs. Terrible.
Rich says Salif Joe. I'm going to defend. I'm going to defend Salif Joe. He scored in the World Cup.
I don't think Salif Joe was actually that bad.
No, it wasn't.
I don't think he was that bad either.
No.
There are a good couple of shouts. Damien Plessis is one.
I think for me,
he was god awful.
Yeah,
I think there's a couple of players in like sort of the right wing and left wing area which I want to put there, but I want to put in that sort of midfield area. I mean, the likes of Isaidi, Elzar. I know they're
more
not
than the chasers there.
Yeah, I know they're not sort of central midfield players or whatever, but I just want to squeeze them in there just because, like,
oh shit,
yeah, pretty much.
So, I think the majority of people are saying Aquilani for the second midfielder. So, will we go for Alberto Aquilani?
Jamie.
We've got 3 midfielders though, so
Paul Stewart better be in this, otherwise.
Can we put Kevin Stewart in there by any chance?
Right, I'll go for my third midfielder, Paul Stewart.
There you go. I've always liked
Connor.
you know what? This was a very difficult decision, but Paul Stewart gets in there for me. Worst Liverpool player ever.
Luke.
Was genuinely crap.
I'll have to pick Stewart, won't I? Do you know what I mean? The other Stewart. Just trying to think of any other sort of central midfield players we've had that have just been absolutely terrible.
Antonio Nunes.
I mean,
mentioned Jay Spearing, haven't we?
Jay Spearing. I mean, and he's so bad he's come back. I mean,
Tony Cousins.
Yeah, I mean, Rick put in the
I
chat.
am just showing my age.
I mean, this guy has to be in there, like some.
This game's quality.
Nah, I didn't like him. He won goal against Fulham.
I like this game. This game was all right. But Tony Cousins, you can say, oh, no, there's loads. I mean, I think I'm just showing my age a bit, but there's loads.
Brian Morrissey says Albert Riera.
Oh, it was worth it for the Villa volley, though. Christ. Remember?
Alberto Herrera, what, the right mid?
No,
Very-
the left mid.
yeah, he was really good for us.
Yeah,
He was all right. He was all right. Right, am I going with Paul Stewart for the final midfield option? Because that'll make Jamie happy.
I'm happy with Stuart Aquilani and Olsen.
Stuart
Oh,
Aquilani.
what a midfield that is. Ballon d'Or nominations, all three of them.
Oh my God. Right, here we go. So our midfield, ladies and gentlemen, our midfield. Christian Poulsen, Alberto Aquilani, and Paul Stewart.
That's a midfield's going to win you a league title.
I tell you what, Jurgen Klopp is that good of a manager. It wins the FA Cup with that midfield.
Right, left wing. Oh, crikey, left wing. I'm tempted to put Joe Cole there. I'm actually tempted to put Joe Cole there. Connor?
I'd say Joe Cole more of a right winger. Just because the striker position, I think I want to put.
So many options, isn't there?
Yeah, did Juve ever play left wing? We put him there.
It doesn't make
He more played right.
Yeah.
I want to put him.
I mean,
Hell
either
of an
way, you
escalator,
could
but
say
that's
because
controversial.
Oh,
you
God,
had
wait,
the fullback-
navigator.
I mean, you had a left back at right back, so you could put him there.
Yeah, I'm going to say Juve because my right wing and both strikers taken up for me. So yeah, Juve for me.
Do you think we should give Howard's Juve any airtime whatsoever, even in the worst 11? I was just thinking that. He's a proper scumbag. He's a proper.
He is a proper scumbag. Actually, I've just thought of another one. Milan Jovanovic.
Yeah, he was shocking.
He come on a free and he was on like 150 grand a week.
He was shocking.
The worst thing about Milan Jovanovic, right? He was so god awful with us. He actually scored in a World Cup.
No, the Arsenal header where he just looks up.
Where he completely missed it in front.
Yeah,
he headed the floor.
Jovanovic, definitely. Mark Walters.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
From Rangers in '93.
Yeah. I've heard about him.
Yeah. Luke, who's your left wing?
I mean, Jovanovic was in there.
You know what I love? Luke went, I've heard about him. I literally.
Yeah, no, I mean, serious. I mean, there's actually a couple of players I've heard of now, Jamie. You know what I mean? Getting somewhere.
Jermaine Pennant.
No, I think he was all right at Liverpool, to be fair.
No, I think that must be Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky's in there.
Fabio Borini.
Jermaine Pennant, I've got a thing about Jermaine Pennant. He's the only Englishman who's ever won the man of the match in the Champions League final, but never had an England cap.
Wow.
Do you know
That's
what?
a start and a half, that.
It sounds. I mean, Connor just said Fabio Borini. That's another one. I mean, Elzar. I mean, do you remember Mark Gonzalez?
Oh, yeah.
It's
done. Mark Gonzalez is done. It was shocking.
I'm actually going to go with Mark Gonzalez.
Yeah, I'm going with you, Mark Gonzalez.
Jack?
I have had my two options, Asadi and Milan Jovanovic, but I have put that knobhead in the team. He's right wing. But yeah, I go with El Hadjouf for the left because we're not really changing, but there's that many bad players. We're just putting them in our team, aren't we? So yeah, I'm going to go with Jovanovic, just mainly for the fact of how disappointed in that era for me. Just, what was he? Asadi was a weird one because we just signed him from was it Herenveen in
Herenveen?
Yeah, it was, and what was he just weird.
Yeah, he was. I don't know what he was. To be honest with you, pretty forgetful. To be honest with you.
But yeah, I go with
Hadjouf.
Yeah, flat left wing. Depending on who we do, but easy.
So Mark Gonzalez, if I remember rightly, didn't he get the winning goal that got us into the Champions League in qualifying games?
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
I'm going to give him a benefit of the doubt.
And he had a cheeky song.
I can't go back on your
I
word,
mean,
mate. I was with you, mate. Come on, I was with you.
We might not have played Champions League football that year if it weren't for his goal. So I'll give him a song.
What was the song as well?
But Jovanovic was he came over. Was it from
Standard Liège? Yeah.
And he's meant to be this big, quality
Left forwards.
footballer, and he's meant to have like a left foot from God and all this sort of shit. You know, and again, the man looked 50 years old. So for that alone, he should be going in. So I'm going to go with Jovanovic. I'm going to go with that.
Jovanovic. So
Yeah.
it's I think because of the chat and I think everyone is saying Jovanovic. So
Yeah,
our
I go with
left winger
Jovanovic
is
because I think I know
our
who
left
you're
winger
picking.
is chosen, and it was Milan Jovanovic. Oh Jesus Christ Almighty!
He was
Ah,
stealing a
jeez.
living, that fella. Christ.
It was indeed. Right. So we do have Milan Jovanovic. So we're getting there. We've got 2 places left. So forwards, Connor. Who have you got for your forward?
From a striker, I've got. Well, it was between 2. Ricky Lambert was a member of the show.
Really?
Yeah, but
It was
Mario
not
Balotelli.
bad.
But it's Mario Balotelli. There's not even a doubt about this. 1 goal, 16 million, argued with Hendo over a penalty that, so stupid.
And he blazed over from, I think it was a couple of yards out against QPR.
Yeah, and it was just a nightmare transfer from minute 1. So yeah, what was it? It was 16 million, right?
I think it was
spent
like
on
20
Balotelli?
million.
16 million, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's again just shocking business. But yeah, Mario Balotelli.
Look,
I mean, it's easy to go with Balotelli. Lambert's up there, Voronin. We've had Ngog. We've had some awful players, but one player I think Jamie might agree with me on this one. Sean Dundee.
oh my
That's a
God,
shame.
That's
yeah.
who I was going to go for. That's who I was going to
Forget
go
about it. So, with you, Jamie, mate, I would easily go with Balotelli, etc. with those players, but I am going with Sean Dundee.
for. South African
Sean
half.
Dundee. Jamie, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
Sean
sure you're going to say Sean Dundee.
The South African heartthrob / Australian. Yeah, a bit of everything.
3
But, yeah.
great games for Liverpool.
Sean Dundee or Maximum. Is it Meyer, the German striker as well? Meyer, does everyone remember him? He
No.
played. Yeah, fuck me. Yeah, just go Sean Dundee. Sean Dundee. Sean Dundee.
Well, my forward was Andre Voronin, so that just kind of says everything about it. Jack, who's your forward?
I wrote down Voronin or Balotelli. Like Voronin, Christ, you would have thought we'd sign the best striker in Europe in pre-season. This is why you never judge Voronin on a pre-season. When you think of that, like black and gold kit, you think of Voronin with that ponytail in pre-season, don't you? He's fucking shit. But I've got to go Balotelli. What an absolute disgrace of a footballer.
Balotelli.
Yeah. 100%.
So 1 vote for Voronin, a couple of votes for Balotelli, 2 votes for Sean Dundee. So chat, Balotelli or Dundee?
Come on,
Let
Jack.
me know in the chat who you would pick for. Personally, I would.
At
Oh,
least
let's
with
go then.
At least with Sean Dundee, he knew he didn't have the quality. Balotelli had the quality, he just couldn't be asked.
Let's go for Andy Carroll.
Jack, I'll give you a lifetime supply of fish fingers, mate. Come on, Sean Dundee. Come on.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll go Sean Dundee.
Sean Dundee.
Quite
Connor?
honestly, the lads have got a better memory than me.
Nick,
How old was about then? About 2.
I was also going to put Eric Meyer in there. If you guys remember, Eric Meyer played 99-2000 season, played 24 games and scored 1 goal.
Who was the other striker? Was it Camera?
Titi Camera was great.
Yeah.
13 goals.
Titi Camera was all right.
Yeah, 13 goals in his first season. But
Yusuf, I'm not even going to put that name on screen because basically he's actually gone on to good heights.
He's going to
So
score.
he's
after
actually
his
put
next
Taiwo
season.
Awoniyi.
He's scoring.
He's gonna
against you a lot
Forest.
next season. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's scoring a hat-trick against you, the bridge.
So
to be fair, what was the name of that kid that went to Florentina? Was he a striker? Duncan. Oh, I forgot. His name.
Bobby
Adam Morgan.
Duncan.
Yeah.
Bobby Duncan.
Was he a striker or was he a
Yeah, more of
midfielder?
a winger.
Was he a winger? I was going to say him for the way he dealt with himself. He was a shout.
Was that Evan Morgan? I ain't got no. I'm thinking of
Adam Morgan went to, I think it was
He retired early, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He did,
Yeah.
yeah.
the one that retired early as well was Neil Miller as well.
God, jeez, yeah.
Yeah.
Florence Cinema Bongol, Anthony Latalik. Jesus, there's some names for you. So, are we all in a good agreement with Sean Dundee?
Get your one in there.
Yeah. So Sean Dundee. Sean Dundee.
Jay's gonna be sending me up and to World Dialects and be like, boys, he's fucking shit.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some very, very good shows. So last position before. Actually, Helen's asked in the chat, are we doing managers? Well, I think we
There's
only
only
manage
one.
which manager.
There is
Only
one.
one. There is only one manager. Right winger. Connor, who have you got for right wing?
This should be all in.
Yeah, I think it's obvious. But the other shout for me was Lazar Markovic. 20 mil, shocking. But yeah, I think we all know who's right wing. I won't even say his name.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that. Luke?
I'm going to go with Mo Salah. It has to be that disgrace of a human being, and he's captain of this team as well that I wrote down.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say his name. We all know who he is. What an absolute disgrace of a human being.
Ricky, delete that comment immediately.
Sorry, Reno.
I've got to tell you, it was me. It wasn't really.
Jack?
I'm surprised Jamie's not mentioned.
Joof. Oh, mate.
Joof bag, scumbag, prick, spitting nightmare. Oh, he was god awful. And he has not had one good thing to say about Liverpool Football Club since he's been away.
I honestly hope Gerrard give him a good ad in training also and absolutely bad.
I hope so. I hope so. Jamie?
Now, with Joof, I can't believe I say this. Yeah, he's a scumbag, but he's a better footballer than Markovic. And that's why I'm going Markovic.
So
Joof is a scumbag. Don't get me wrong. I hate Alex Joof. I think he's a scumbag, but he was a better footballer than Lazar Markovic. And for me, I don't think that man deserves any airtime, even being in the worst Liverpool team ever. I just don't think we should acknowledge his existence personally. So that's why I'm going.
Sterling. Helen.
Come on.
I mean,
Sterling.
Lazar Markovic was heroic in our quarter-final win against Bournemouth in the League Cup. I mean, you have to give him some credit, mate. I mean, he done so well that he drawn Chelsea in the semi-final where we went out. So, fair play to him, mate.
Didn't he hit the bar? And he scored a worldie as well, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
I swear he hit the bar.
The fact he got sent off.
Sebastian's going for Shea Ojo.
I remember David
he got sent off for an eye poke.
David Amu, I remember him, yeah.
Helen, Coutinho doesn't deserve a place in this team. Coutinho was amazing when he was with us.
He helped us get top four the early years of Jurgen Klopp.
So, yeah, Joof is it? Yeah. Right, so we have our team, folks. We have our team.
Just write scumbag in.
Nathan Eccleston.
Nathan Eccleston.
Nathan Eccleston.
How dare you?
I swear he retired at like 26 or something.
Well,
me and Connor were looking at his teams this week. Also, where we are. Him and Jerome Sinclair as well. He was like Liverpool's youngest goal scorer.
Ben Woodburn.
Oh God! Right. Okay. Let me just. I'm actually going to write a full team. So here we go. So. Oh Jesus Christ! I wonder where this team could actually get in the league.
This is going to sound really bad. I just had a look. There's one other player everyone's forgotten about. He had a great career, but not at Liverpool. Robbie Keane.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah,
that is a good shout, but I think that's a little bit harsh because he wasn't really.
That was Rafa's fault, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's bought at the wrong time. We bought him too early, too late. Let's get it.
Stuart.
Anthony the talented one we never really mentioned. He wanted Steven Gerrard wages. Do you remember that? When he came to his contract, he wanted Gerrard wages. And like, who are you? Anthony the talent. Yeah, could be up there.
I think Twitter needs to watch this video and just take stock of where we are at this.
We've had a lot of shit. This is what it's proving.
Yeah. It's a good reality check of where we do find ourselves now, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
So this is the worst Liverpool team voted by us. Have a look at this. Adam Bogdan, Philip Degan, Sotis Kiriakos, Ivan Kozma, Paul Konchesky, Christian Poulsen, Alberto Aquilani, Paul Stewart, Milan Ivanovic, Sean Dundee, and El Hadj.
I just saw you put douchebag.
Are we doing a bench? A bench of 5.
And Graham Souness as manager, yeah?
No, it has to be Roy.
We've
It
got
has to be Roy. Has to be Roy Hodgson.
So,
Connor, where would this team come in the Premier League?
Nowhere.
20th.
Oh. Yusuf's just put the best one in there just for that corner. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Aspas.
That corner.
Oh, Iago Aspas.
Doug, he's in your thumbnail. Got remember him.
He is bad.
I completely forgot.
I think that front three's what. That's what I'm saying. To be fair, Juve was better than Aspas, weren't he? So.
Well, who was that World Cup winner we had? Was it Diomede?
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Like, won a World Cup with France, and then just shit.
We bought some random people that won random tournaments or something like that.
There's enough bad players to make a second 11. Yeah, there certainly is. There certainly is.
Bernard Diomede, wasn't it? That's the one.
Yeah, Diomede, I think his name is.
He won.
I don't think that team would make Sunday League. They should all have never played football. Yeah. Andy Carroll, yeah, there's loads of people saying Andy Carroll, but Sean Dundee was terrible. Terrible.
Sean Dundee's been touted as our worst ever player.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as bad it is, yeah.
That is just saying something. But
Ben Teke's going to be up there as well, like just for the money. Didn't mention him, but you got to take into account the money we spent on Ben Teke. Like Christ, he was shit.
I'll give him. Give him that goal against Man United was quality.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing he did. But yeah, we have had some better times, ladies and gentlemen, haven't we? We have had some very.
I mentioned
Barini, yeah.
Left wing.
He come with such a glowing reports, anybody, we're like, oh, Simon's young.
Hello, Cyber Leader.
Yeah.
Naif, I don't know who Naif is. Is that your new signing? I've never heard of the bloke.
No,
never heard of the bloke.
The youngster. Yeah, I know who you mean.
One question: would the world be in peace if football doesn't come home and England lose early?
Every Liverpool fan be made up. Rather Wales as well.
So yeah, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There is the team.
That's a great team.
Yeah, the less said about that, the better. The less said about that, the better. But thank you to my esteemed panel this evening for a very, very fun podcast. As always, Connor from the Cop Council. Have you got anything coming up, mate?
I got a show at 9, talking about Sadio Mane and Taki Minamino. And tune in next week because we'll go through Liverpool's best ever 11 on this channel next week. So I'm saying that probably not, but yeah, it's at least the good times are around and we don't have to focus on the amount of crap that's going across the screen right now. But yeah, thank you for having me on, mate.
Yeah, absolute pleasure, Connor, as always. Luke, thank you very much for popping on. You guys got anything coming up on the 1892 Reds podcast?
We hope. Well, we've got a video tomorrow. As Connor said, we're talking a bit about Mane and some other news around the club. So, Doug, thank you very much for letting me come on, mate. Really appreciate it. But yeah, guys, can subscribe over to our channel and obviously hit the like button on this video and hit the subscribe button on Doug's channel. We nearly on the verge of 2K. So come on, guys, hit that like and subscribe button on this channel.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Jamie, thank you very much for coming on. At least your Wi-Fi has behaved this evening. You got anything coming up tomorrow?
Yeah, so I got my transfer rumour channel videos up tomorrow. That'll be every day during the summer as well. Then I've got a greatest ever Liverpool kits tier list as well, going through all the greatest ever Liverpool kits. So if anyone wants on that, just let me know. Go tier up all the best.
What day is that?
One when I can think about it. It'll be probably next week now because we're coming out Friday, so it'll probably be
Next
Monday,
week.
Tuesday. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday next week. Yeah,
Oh, Monday. I'm free. So if you do it Monday, I'll be
We'll do it
happy
Monday.
to come on.
So I've got to make the tier list yet, which takes about 12 hours. So once I've done that, yeah, and then and I've got the transfer roundup videos that I do every day around half 12, and then whatever breaking news stuff like that comes up, looking at pre-season. Yeah, and I'm really close to 2K now, so yeah, I want to get 2K before the 6th of August. That's my goal. Get 2K before 6th.
Yeah, my goal is to get 1.9k before the season starts. So we've got good aspirations, my friend. Good aspirations, my friend. Jack, thank you very much for coming on as well. Have you got anything planned for the rest of the week, or?
Hopefully. You never know with me and my channel. Well, thank you very much for having me on, mate. Great to speak to the lads as always. And most importantly, everyone, thank you for tuning in on all of our channels as well. But hopefully, you should have a video tomorrow at 6 p.m. Probably talking about Liverpool, something, mate. But we'll go with the wins, with the win sales. But not too bad of a team.
Helen has asked the most important question: when is my last podcast before I'm married? I can reveal it will be tomorrow. I am doing the championship fixtures announcement, and then that is me completely finished for a couple of weeks. So.
Retiring? Wait,
No, I'm not retiring. I'm not retiring anyway. But no, I am having a bit of a long break. I need to have complete focus on just getting the last few bits and bobs sorted for the wedding anyway. But no, thank you very much to everyone who's watched this evening. A very, very fun podcast, it has to be said. Very, very fun to look back at some absolute dross we have actually had. We're not deemed quality enough to be Liverpool quality. But until then, it is goodbye from the five of us. Thank you very much to Steve as well for popping on. Please go and check out Statman Stubbs as well. So thank you very, very much for that as well. But until then, it is goodbye, and you'll never walk alone. Cheers, Reds.